Naacp is beefing with Stephen A. Smith, and I'm here for it. Oh, I didn't ask for it, but I'm certainly going to attend this matchup right here. Woo! Talking about disguise. We're going to have to talk about these guys. Let's go into this right now. Here's a video of Stephen A. Smith coming out sounding like defending Donald Trump and what he's going through in all of his lawsuits and litigation, and equating that to the black experience. Let's go.
But I got to tell you something. As much as people may have been abhorred by Donald Trump's statement weeks ago, talking about how black folks, he's hearing that black folks find him relatable because what he's going through is similar to what black Americans have gone through, he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. When you see the law enforcement, the court system, and everything else being exercised against him, it is something that black folks throughout this nation can relate to with some of our historic, iconic figures. We've seen that happen throughout society. So no matter what race, what ethnicity you may emanate from, we relate to you when you're suffering like that because we know we have. And that's what he articulated.
Okay. Let me give it all to you in full color, full context, full picture before I give you my thoughts. Okay, so that comes out. And then what happens next is someone tweets at Stephen A. Smith because of that clip. Let's show that right here. Let's check our production value right now. Okay, so it says relatable. Show of hands. Anyone in your black family have, what does that say? 88 felony charges pending, filed for bankruptcy, 6 times made an attempt to overthrow a presidential election and our democracy, and still have the ability to still fall asleep in court and dream of being POTUS, President of the United States? Woo! Now that comes from someone saying, what? Stephen A. Smith defends Donald Trump, saying black people like him because of the indictments. Now, I can't read all that because it's a little blurry to me, but the point is you get it. Take that away. You would think we were done with that right there, huh? But we're not done with it because Stephen A. Smith obviously got to defend himself from these sentiments because it's going out looking bad against Stephen A. Smith. So let me read it from my phone just because it will actually come out clearer. All right, so now put that up. So Stephen A. Smith is like, damn, y'all out here got me looking bad, dragging me out there. So this is absolutely, of course, it's going to be clear now, positively sad that you, NAACP, will misrepresent my comments like this. Well, I was asked what blacks, god dang, what year is this, who support Trump are thinking as to why they support him. I answer that question. Sad, but you're entitled. Good luck. Maybe that will beat Trump since little else seems to be working, which was my overall point. We shall see. Okay, take it all away. All right. So now we know what we got here. We got Donald Trump being the net. And on this side of the volleyball court, we got Stephen A. Smith. And on this side of the volleyball court, we got the NAACP. Now, in general, let's just give Stephen A. Smith some credit. We know what he was talking about. What he was talking about is the criminality and criminal rate of black people. That's what he was saying. He was using that as a premise like, look, black people have been in the system, whether it was just, unjustly, put in the system for centuries, right? We understand that. Now, we also understand black people have done some wrong to get, or a lot of wrong to get in that same predicament. You want to know how we know that? Because you can raise your hand if you've never been arrested. Now, I've been accused of a whole lot of stuff, including this morning, my wife gonna accuse me of doing something that I ain't did, or accuse me of not doing something I did. I mean, allegations, accusations, I'm not even going there. I'm talking about your ass in the court of law, in a courtroom, and maybe getting locked up. Okay, now, I know a lot of black people, and I don't know a lot that have been locked up. So, I hear you. But I have to give them that as a foundation of thought. But then it gets ugly. See, this is why you got to tell the truth. You got to open up, come into the locker room like we are here on Brinks TV, on Never Shut Up, for Project Transition, and be real. Stephen A. Smith is coming out looking like he's representing something that he really doesn't support, when I don't think that's true. I think Stephen A. Smith is a Donald Trump supporter, but trying to talk from that distance is what got him caught up. You ever been in that position where you're talking about something that you know you really are, but you ain't acting like you are? So then somebody's gonna smell that gap between what you're saying in perception and what you really feeling in reality. I think the NAACP and countless other tweeters out there caught that. Like, what are you talking about? Wait a minute. Because black people have been in the system, like white people too, like Latinos, like everybody. But since black people really been in the system landed on us, we ain't land on the system. You're gonna say that that's why we can relate to Donald Trump? So the NAACP takes that stance of like, wait a minute, we got a chance to spike the ball on him. What are you talking about, equating what we have been through with Donald Trump? Now, all this identity politics is making this ball just go over, and Donald Trump just sitting there saying, yep, this is relatable. Why? Because all this noise is surrounding me, which will help Donald Trump in the election. Trust me. NAACP says, what are you talking about? I'm trying to act like we got the same damn opportunities as Donald Trump because of his complexion. Now y'all catch the game? Here's the game. NAACP left-leaning, gotta be. I am ignorant to what the NAACP does. That's part on me as a colored person or people, and it's definitely on them. Because what are y'all doing? Okay, but you're left-leaning, which I don't even like from the beginning. NAACP and y'all left-leaning? Come on, man. You ain't gonna represent all black people, colored people, people of color? You just gonna represent the ones that go with your agenda? Stephen A. Smith, you talking big on Donald Trump? You talking big on Fox News on Donald Trump? We get it. Dog, Stephen A. Smith, stop trying to play the role. Be you. Say, look, I know personally, because he does that on everything else, and that's what you should do. I support Donald Trump. Now, let me clear the air, because I ain't the one to be hiding so y'all can catch me slipping and say, gotcha, and then I got to tweet out at a big-ass organization like the NAACP, y'all got me twisted. They ain't got you twisted. They got you unveiled. I would assume Stephen A. Smith is Republican. Maybe I'm wrong. But who cares if he's Republican? Because I'm not Republican. But right now, in this race, y'all ask me, call it, oh, Donald Trump getting my vote over Mr. Joe Biden. Why? Because I have liked my life better when Donald Trump was the president versus Joe Biden. This is not a political show, because I am not against anybody who's going to vote for Joe Biden, because you know what? Half the country is. And half the country going to vote for Donald Trump. It's just, is it going to be 51 Trump, 51 Biden? Unpopular vote. We know, understand, right? If you vote for Joe Biden, the only thing you got going in your favor is likability. If I vote for Donald Trump, only thing that's going against me is, you better not tell nobody. You're going to be called a racist or a coon or whatever the hell they call you. I've been called worse. I've been accused of worse. Going through that right now. I've been alleged of doing worse. Going through that right now. So that's why the only freedom is just tell it like it is. And if we can tell it like it is, then a public Trump supporter, Stephen A. Smith, can talk respectfully to a public Joe Biden supporter. NAACP. You see the point of all of this, y'all? Stop playing. God dang. So I saw all of that, and all I said was this. Look, please stop equating poverty, ill, adversity, criminality to black people. We understand the rates are high. What, 12% in this country, and half the murders committed by black people, black males, and they only 6%. Look, I get it. But for you to equate it, make them congruent, are you serious? I don't relate to Donald Trump because he's been in court, in jail, or trying to be in jail. I don't know if he's been in jail, but in court, in lawsuits. What? Why are you insulting me as a black person that, oh, I get it, man. You've been locked up or they trying to get you, homie. That's that fake black, dog. That's that outside black talking black. You know what I mean? My homies, my best friend went to Cornell and graduated in 3 years with 2 degrees. Okay, that's my best friend. He grew up on Slauson. Y'all better stop playing. I got gangster homies that ain't been to jail. What are you talking about? I got dudes that have evaded. If I had to list all the black people I know, let's say 1,000, even though it's a million. 1,000. You know how many been locked up? 34. What? Oh, y'all gotta stop letting Stephen A. Smith get away with this, man. And I ain't even talking about him, I'm talking about it. Stop trying to equate. You ever notice this? Oh, we're gonna help the black community. What do you mean black community? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? People I go golfing with down the street that live in bigger homes than me? What are y'all talking about? They in the black community too? Oh, they moved from the neighborhood. Oh, that's the community, not the color. Make it make sense. So I hope they keep beefing because they're gonna have to end up taking the gloves off. And when they take the gloves off, ding, 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 and that is gonna be Stephen A. Smith got a Trump tattoo and then NAACP got a Biden tattoo. And that's what this world needs. Open dialogue, respectfully, not this Twitter clapback beef. Our biggest sports announcer and the biggest organization for colored people, y'all change y'all name, are going at it. Stop playing, grow up.